What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/PettyRevenge. Alright, this story's called Post-breakup, Stealing Back My Stuff. I just saw a post about stealing back property, and it reminded me of a time I did the same. I was engaged to my ex, and we were waiting for me to finish college before we got married. However, he ended up changing his mind and telling me God was calling him to be a priest. It was a horrific time for me. I still had a key to his house. He'd taken the one I had back, but my aunt and uncle had a spare as well that I needed to drop off. He knew this. They were out of town when this went down, so I couldn't get it back immediately. Anyway, they finally came home and I got the key. That's when I heard from one of his sisters who told me everything. That the God thing was a pathetic lie, that he was cheating on me, and that he used my ring to propose to her just the other day, not even 2 weeks later. She told me he'd been shunned by the family for this. They all loved me, asked to stay a part of my life. The petty revenge? His sister told me he'd be out of town. He'd bought a house for us, but didn't have much stuff to go in it. Naturally, since I'd be living there too, I provided a couch, a bed, all the kitchen utensils, pots, pans, plates, basically most of the furniture. I got all my brothers, dad, cousins, and uncles involved, and we went over and proceeded to take everything I still had the receipt for, which ended up being everything but the food. I even took my dog, who I found out he was planning on selling. I left a little note to let him know he could buy all his own crap, and I was simply taking back my stuff. So him and his new girl came home to an empty house. I did receive one message about it, and him going to the police. I simply asked if he could provide the receipts for it all, as I could. He never responded. To this day, it makes me giggle. I ended up giving everything away, and my mom took my dog. She was gonna wait until I finished college to give him back, since my apartment didn't allow dogs. She decided to keep him instead. Now the dog is spoiled, happy, and obsessed with my mom, and I am married with 2 kids, while my ex's relationship is apparently rocky and filled with fights, according to his sister, who still hasn't forgiven him. Yes, justice on those who cheat is a beautiful thing. And this was a very satisfying petty revenge. Good on ex's family though. They seem pretty cool. Alright, this story's called Petty Revenge on Petty Landlord. I have a number of petty revenge stories about my property manager and the terrible company she works for. I live in a quiet, low-rise apartment with mostly older people and a few kids or partiers. Never had to call in a noise complaint. But these new owners installed video surveillance throughout the whole building and constantly sent letters about all kinds of petty things. They sent around a letter about dog etiquette, including a comment about not throwing poop bags in the lobby garage can. They said etiquette and yet mentioned video surveillance and lawsuits. The super stopped me and said, "We know it's you throwing poop in the garbage." I said, "Where do you think it goes? It's in a bag. It doesn't smell. You then throw the trash in the dumpster, and every dog owner throws the poop bag in the garbage or dumpster. It's not illegal. Didn't know any rule existed. Don't you have anything better to do?" He said, "No. Next time we catch you, you are in big trouble." I said, "Okay," and I stopped. I seldom did throw poopy sacks in the garbage, since going through the lobby was not my usual route, just occasionally when I wanted to check the mail. But then I thought, screw those guys. It's not illegal or any enforceable rule. I don't want to bow to this crap. So I decided to screw with them. Every single night between 9 o'clock to 10 p.m., I would walk my dog, go through the lobby, check my mail, and throw the poop sack in the garbage. Finally, about a week later at 10 p.m., the super and property manager cornered me in the mailroom for throwing dog poop in the garbage when I was warned not to. I said, "Nope, I never throw dog poop in this garbage, but I'm not sure why you're here. It's not illegal." They ignored me. "We saw you. You throw bags of poop in the garbage." Nope, I certainly did not. So they went over to the garbage and pulled out the poopy sack. "See? We saw you throw this in the garbage. We have video." She pointed to the camera. I laugh and say, "Oh, I think we have a big misunderstanding here. Sure, this is a poopy sack, but there is no poop in it. I take it, open it up, and torn up paper fell out. When I get my mail, I open it here, take a quick look, then rip up and put it in the poopy sack for security reasons. You know, identity theft. I never threw poop in this garbage. The super turns red. The property manager starts yelling at him in their native language. They storm off, no apologies, nothing. So I wasted their time staking me out, not even sure what they could have done next if there was poop in the sack. This also invalidated all their other video surveillance. That's pretty clever. But what if what if there was poop in the sack? They would have just opened a bag of poop. That's funny and gross. A sack of shit. Alright, this story's called Saw Someone Else's Post About Stealing Back Property and I Realized I Have a Petty Revenge Story. So back when my friend, who we will call Kimberly, and I were about 12 to 13, I lost my charging block that I really liked sometime during us hanging out. Best bet I could place was maybe it was in her mom's car. We looked and never found it. I told her exactly what it looked like and to please let me know if she ever finds it. Fast forward to like 4 years later, and we've drifted apart a lot on account of her being a massive bimbo, but we still see each other in a group setting from time to time. All of us in the group belong to a local pool club, and this happens. Kimberly sits down and pulls out her phone to charge, using my old charging block. Me thinking she obviously must have forgotten since it's been years. I definitely would have forgotten. Crap, I did forget about it until I just saw it. So the following conversation ensued. Hey! With a happy surprise tone, that's my old charging block. Remember, Kimberly? I lost it years ago in your mom's car. Or lol. Kimberly points to a beat up, scratched to crap old charging block. Oh no, I just bought this today. Kimberly, it's scratched to crap and clearly old as hell. That's mine. Wasn't even gonna ask for it back, but now she's being a hoe about it, so can I have it back, please? No, it's mine. Drop it. Me being raised to be a quiet and polite woman hadn't learned how to stand up for myself yet, so I say nothing. But I do devise a plan. Next time I walked into the place and knew she was already there, I found her pool bag by the tables where we all threw our tote bags and towels and stuff. I knew which bag was hers and waited till no one was around our stuff and went into her bag and stole my charger right out of her crap. Never heard anything about it. Edit. For everyone thinking I didn't know for sure if the charger was mine and accusing me of actual theft, it was a quite unique charger and 100% without a doubt the one I lost in her mom's car. Also, how did it go over your head that she lied about buying it that day because she knew it was mine and was trying to establish possession? Yeah, Kimberly a big ol' hoe. OP, I definitely appreciate the act of revenge. However, you did it in a coward's way. It wasn't revenge, you were just taking your stuff back. Come on, make her know. Make her feel the sting. That is the point. Alright, this story's called Won't Contribute to the House? Won't Put Down the Phone to Help? I'll send your phone back to the Dark Ages. We have a person living with us who refuses to contribute to the house. He refuses to clean up his own mess, refuses to help with simple jobs such as emptying the dishwasher, wiping down the benches, mostly from mess he's made. He is abusive towards us to the point where my anxiety is getting the better of me. I'm not eating, and just last week I lost 3 kilograms. Doctors hate him. Help is being sought for this person, but unfortunately, it's not coming quick enough, and they have to want to change. According to them, their behavior is completely fine. There is rotting food in his room, and a recent habit is spitting food on the floor. He will use his phone all day and night, literally. The only time it is put down is when he's in the shower, which is not as often as we'd like. The phone is screwed, the battery only lasting a few minutes, so he will sit on benches or right next to a charger, staring at the phone. It It's a 6-year-old phone. It's stuffed. I told him not to buy it, but hey, what the heck does an IT guy / physicist of 30 years experience know, right? I have never seen anyone so addicted. To be honest, I wouldn't give a crap if he would at least help out, clean up his mess, do some homework, but he does the exact opposite. Makes a mess, then laughs about it, then as he's leaving says, "Nope, haven't got enough time to clean that up," after spending the last 2 hours on the phone. The phone has no data plan, it's unlimited calls and text only, so the only data he gets is through our network, and he's a freeloader, so he gets his friends to let him hotspot to their phones or their home networks. So, you say, kick him off my network? Last time I did that, he got extremely aggressive and bordering on violent, and mostly toward me because I run the network. Kicking him off would just put a target on my back. He knows I'm an IT person, so I'll be the first port of call for any retaliation. Before you say it, he's close family and we can't kick him out. Long story. But our Wi-Fi has been a bit glitchy lately. I've been meaning to replace the router, but it doesn't affect me much. Even though I'm an IT person, I hate computers and the way it has led to unsociable behavior, so the odd outage is peaceful for me. He will go to the router, reset it, and scream abuse at it. He knows not to physically attack it because why kill the goose that lays the golden egg? At least it's not directed at me. I'm going to use this glitch to my benefit. Here's where it gets a bit technical, so sorry if your eyes glaze over. I have a small netbook here I use for Kali Linux. More for fun than anything. I use it on my own network. I'll be putting this on one of my servers for easier access soon too. I wrote a script that 1. Waits about 20 minutes. If I walk out of my office and suddenly his phone disconnects, it will be obvious that I was behind it. Even if it wasn't me, crap will go down. 2. Use airplaying Dooth to kick his phone off the network. It'll take a while, up to 10 seconds, but it will then rejoin. 3. The script sleeps for a random time, between 1 and 15 minutes. 4. Repeat 10 times. While this is going on, I am elsewhere, nowhere near a computer, so I can't necessarily be blamed or targeted. I've tested this on my phone and it works quite well. While he still will be able to use his phone for texting and calls, it will make life frustrating as heck to watch those YouTube rap videos that he turns up all the way. As for Instagram, good luck, Cooter. I can also set this up so I can access it when I'm not physically present by VPN or SSH. Crap, I might even write something that detects when he comes home to do it automatically. I'm not planning on using this all the time, just randomly. I might even build that into the script. Ideally, I'd like a subliminal, "You acted like a cooter, karma is screwing with your phone." Maybe a Pavlovian response that convinces him to stop being said cooter. Unlikely. What is my goal here? Well, yeah, petty revenge. But my primary goal is to reduce reliance and addiction to that phone and stop the unsociable behavior. If the phone isn't hitting his dopamine levels, maybe he will calm the frick down a bit. Maybe even become sociable. I know it's a pissy thing to do, but that's what this sub is about, right? OP, you are doing the Lord's work, alright? That guy has some insane issues. Like, what is wrong with him? Like, I think there's some mental illness or something going on, because that's not normal. Alright, this story's called So I'm the Weak Link. Years ago, I played pickup basketball at a local church. Low turnout, so there were only 2 teams to play that evening. The first game was a blowout, 15-4. The winning team played excellent defense and pressured the ball every time it crossed half court. A decision was made to swap a player from the winners for a weak player from the loser. At 5'6", I was the shortest player on the losing team, so I was chosen. I was boiling mad. I was playing guard and brought the ball up the floor. My old team was playing zone defense. The guards in their zone weren't stopping the ball. I took it to them, cutting between the zone to bury a jumper from the foul line. 1. The next trip up the court, my old team still didn't pick up the ball. 2 extra dribbles and I sunk an 18-foot jumper. 2. Again, I brought up the ball and at the last moment, one defender moved to stop me. I saw the move and crossed him up and made a layup. 3. The next trip, I passed the ball off to get my teammates involved. A player on my team set a pick for me and the player with the ball passed to me for a short jumper. 4. The next few trips, I passed the ball and cut through the zone. The defense keyed on me and this opened up the other player to score. Another blowout was happening. I brought the ball up and the defense was on its heels. They didn't pick me up. Right up the middle for a short jumper. 5. Deja vu? Okay. The defense was slow picking up the ball and I hit a long jumper. 6. My teammates scored the next trips down the court. The blowout was almost done. We are up 13-4. I brought the ball up and the defense was not in position. I rushed them, cutting to the basket for a layup. 7. We are up 14-4. They score 14-5. Again, I bring up the ball. I dribble right and cut to the basket. 3 players defend against my drive. A teammate goes baseline to the bucket. A quick pass and he ends the game with a layup. Trade me like I'm the weak link? I get pissed and put on a show. I show my former team that I'm not a loser. That's pretty cool. Is it just a temporary player swap or whatever? Is it like permanent? Either way, badass, man. I bet that felt pretty good. Alright, this story's called Dog Pooping on My Lawn. Years ago, I lived on a busy street in a busy town in the suburbs of Sacramento, California. I always found dog poop on my lawn. One day, I figured out it was a grumpy old guy, and once I saw him, I asked if he would kindly pick up after his dog, and he became an irate butthole. One of the guys I worked with told me I can put bacon grease on the dog poop, and the dog would clean it up himself by eating it. Oh God. So one Saturday morning, I'm enjoying my coffee on the porch, and I'm watching the old guy get pissed as this huge dog is literally dragging him so he can eat his bacon grease covered poop. Needless to say, the dog stopped pooping on my lawn. Gross! Is that bad for dogs? I mean, I assume it's bad for dogs. It's eating its own waste. It's being pooped out of its body for a reason, but I'm sure a little bit of poop won't kill him, right? That's a weird question to ask. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.